Hey guys, how you doing? It is Friday, November 9th. It's just finished raining out, and there's I hear a couple of drops on the roof. Tonight's kind of an at-home test adventure, if you will. We're nowhere special. We're just out in the driveway. Well, I'm out in the driveway, sleeping in the van, and just a twofold test. I want to see what is it like to sleep in the van when the temperature drops below freezing, which it's expected to do tonight, get down into perhaps the upper 20s. Number two, one of the things I've noticed when Beth and I have been out in the van and on these trips, I get the most profound, deepest sleep that I can remember. I've really longed for that type of sleep. Not that I don't sleep during the week normally at the house, but man, nothing like I've gotten in the van when we've been out and about. And on one side, I want to say, well, it's probably because you're away, you're relaxed, you're chilled out on some adventure somewhere. But we've been places before, we've traveled before. So I guess what I'm trying to test out is this the van or is it the van adventure? So if it's the van, I can't say that I won't be spending more nights out here because, again, the quality of sleep I get sleeping in the van is amazing. So it's just a test. We'll see what it goes like. We'll maybe we'll check in tomorrow, see how this goes. And anyway, until then, peace and good night. Good morning. Well, we survived. Good morning. Like my view? Field test number 1, I think, was a great success. I didn't sleep the length of time that I normally would. However, truth be told, last night when I decided to take on this test, it was 1:45 in the morning. And one of the factors was, all night long on Friday, I was hemming and hawing about, do I want to do this test? Do I want to sleep out in the driveway? I kind of do, but it's really comfortable in the house with the heat on. So I'm laying in bed, and I can hear the cats running around chasing each other in the house. There was wind blowing outside from the storm, and one of the fans in the bathroom, the cover was tapping, and it was just like all signs in the universe were pointing to the fact of, Ken, just go out in the van and sleep in the van. So it was like 12:30, 1:45, and I went, yeah, I'm packing up and I'm going out to the van. Beth looked at me like I was nuts. She's like, are you serious? It's, it's warm. We're all curled up in the bed and everything's happy and fine. I'm like, yep, I'm totally serious. I'm gonna try this out. So I said goodnight, grabbed my stuff, came out to the van. There was a couple of things that I forgot about when I came out here last night. I did not put all of the covers up. I didn't set up a toilet for the middle of the night. So, if you had to go in the middle of the night, it was hold it. I did set up the window covers in the back, but I didn't level the van. One of the things I did not do last night was level the van out. And that really wasn't a problem sleep-wise, but the van was tilted back and my feet were to the back, so that was fine. It wasn't a blood flow problem. But I noticed with my sleeping bag, as it slid, there was not a lot of friction on that, between that and the mattress. So I woke up this morning and my feet had started to slide off the edge of the bed. Not a big deal. But the time I did sleep, so I got up this morning, it was probably 7:30-ish. I realized that I was sitting in the exact same position of when I went to bed. So key was, from this experiment from last night, was, yeah, I slept pretty deep during that time I was out. And when I have these really good, profoundly deep sleeps while we're away, it's not that I don't ever wake up at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning and just peek out the window, but when I'm at home, something, or I'm at the house, something just tells me, oh, you have to get up because you have lists of things to do today. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's why when I'm in the van and we're away, it's like, no, I don't. I roll over and go back to bed. I did not do that this morning, but because I do have a list of things to do today. But I'm going to carry this experiment on one more day, and tonight's actually, so it's Saturday now, obviously. Tonight's actually going to be colder, and we're going to see how that goes. From a temperature standpoint, I didn't run any heaters in here last night. I just let it be what it was going to be. It didn't quite get as cold as I thought it was going to last night, but it did get to freezing. It just didn't drop below freezing from what I can see. I was really comfortable. I just used a standard sleeping bag, and I threw a yoga rug, which it must have fell off the edge of the bed last night. There's a lot of, this mattress is a memory foam mattress that we got off of Amazon. It's very smooth on the top. Now normally I put a cover over the top of this, but I felt like the sleeping bag has just been washed and dried recently. I felt with that, and I was tucked in the sleeping bag, I wasn't really going to worry about a sheet. I wasn't going to hurt anything here last night. The other thing I noticed last night, I noticed it this morning actually, was electronics. I noticed when I grabbed my phone this morning off the counter how cold it was, and I thought, if it's a lot colder in the van during the night and I'm out, that could spell trouble for electronics like that. So one of the things I thought I would do perhaps is maybe get my electronics, put them in a bag, and just slip them in the sleeping bag with me, and just allow them to have that warmth so there's no issues there, or come up with some other solution for that. I don't know that I want to run I have a propane heater. We have the Mr. Buddy heater, but I don't know that I want to run that. I'm certainly not going to run it through the night while I'm asleep. I don't, regardless, I don't think I need to. I was plenty warm in the bed last night. And I don't see myself, being in extreme temperatures purposely that are in the single digits or negative numbers. But fly fishing or going fishing places in the spring, late fall, heading a little south in the winter, I'm only heading a little south in the winter, so I'm still going to be in temperatures at night that could very well be in the freezing temperatures. Maybe getting up into the 40s and 50s during the day, but dropping down to 20, 30 at night. So that's really the range of temperatures I'm trying to prepare for. I just want to expand my season of adventure out there and be prepared for it. So all in all, last night, good success, great sleep, very deep sleep. Yeah. We will check in again, and I'll let you know how this experiment is going. See you now. Peace.